Hey everyone, long time no see. We are currently not in my usual environment. At the moment, we are currently in Mount Charleston, which is located about 45 minutes away from Las Vegas. It is a serene desert landscape surrounded by mountains, obviously, and I'm currently staying at the retreat, which is a little resort that is in the middle of some of these mountains. It is very peaceful. It is very quiet and it is very dark. It is currently about 8 o'clock at night and there is a silence that I'm not accustomed to. Me living in a bigger city, I'm used to hearing the sounds of cars or ambulances or whatever, you know? So being in a place that is so intensely quiet is kind of new to me. I can almost hear myself think. But I do feel that going off into nature every once in a while is good for the spirit. It is good for grounding, especially during these very trying times that a lot of us are living. There's a lot of cruelty going on around the world, and sometimes it's nice to take a step back so we can continue to help in any way that we can. So that's what I'm currently doing. I am currently surrounded by nature, and tomorrow I plan on going hiking, which is something very new to me. I've never really hiked before. I've never considered myself an outdoorsy person, but here we are trying something new for a change. I'm gonna go get ready for bed because I have a long day tomorrow. Hey guys, it is the next day. I didn't have very good sleep last night, but usually when I'm in a new environment, I have a hard time sleeping. So I'm a little tired, but I had a little bit of hot chocolate and a little bit of a snack, and I'm getting ready to go. It is a beautiful day out there. The mountains are, I don't know, really pretty. It's the best way I can describe it. Really gorgeous sight, to be honest. But yeah, we're gonna get ready to go out and I will check back in when we're up there. So here we're at the Desert View Overlook, which is one of the scenic sites up at Mount Charleston. As you can see, it is a very gorgeous sight. There are some trees that are still green and the sky is ever so blue. I felt so at peace when I was up there. While I was up there, I started thinking a lot about my life, specifically my relationship to my creativity. And then I had come to a realization that I'm now going to share with you guys. I have always been a creative person. It was my safe space, and I had a natural affinity for it. It was the one area in my life where I felt like I had full control of the outcome. When I was painting or writing, I was in control of every stage, and it felt very comforting until it didn't anymore. Currently, I feel so far detached from creating. I'm not sure what led me to this point, but I spent years trying to figure out what happened. Maybe I was depressed, maybe I was anxious, maybe I was just lazy. So at some point, I forced myself to make something, anything. However, something didn't feel right. I couldn't paint what I saw in my head, or my story didn't read the way I wanted to. And then that's where the bad self-talk came. I started saying cruel things to myself, things I wouldn't repeat to the people I love. Unfortunately, I let those words overcome me, waves of my own self-hatred flowing through every nerve of my body until I pulled away from creating once more. So I went on with the mundanity of life. I still longed for a creative outlet in the back of my mind, but I convinced myself I didn't need it. The truth is, I had become afraid that I couldn't be creative anymore, that I was wasting my time on something that had no means to an end. Now, I'm yearning for something different in my 30s. I want to make art again, and this time, I want to be brave. I'm tired of cowering away and finding an excuse as to why I should or shouldn't create. They say that an artist that doesn't create is slowly killing themselves, and I no longer want to partake in my own undoing anymore. I don't know how I'll go about reclaiming this part of me. I'd like to say that it's been dormant, but it's just been waiting to be unleashed. So I want to document this journey to see my progression over time. And now I know that creativity has never left me. I left it, and now it's time that I bring it back. Now we're at a different trail up at Mount Charleston. This was the trail I was most excited to attempt. But my poor planning made it to where I didn't have the right shoes with me. So I was definitely struggling on a lot of rocks. Unfortunately, we were not able to start the trail because the beginning of the trail, as you can see there, is completely frozen over with melted ice. And to even attempt that would have been dangerous. But I still took in the sights. There were some birds up in the distance, and honestly, this was more than enough. I was very happy, even though I couldn't actually go on the trail like I wanted. Hey guys, we are back in the hotel room, and by we, I mean me and my lovely boyfriend. He came with me on this trip, and I'm very thankful because I know he's not much of a nature person. And as I have discovered, I'm not much of a nature person either. I did enjoy seeing the sights, but I did not enjoy walking as much as I did. Hiking is definitely not for me, and I'm glad that I know that about myself. So for sure, I would definitely stick to the easy trails and just kind of sightsee, kind of take it all in, and then go back home, because I do miss my my creature comforts. I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss my creature comforts. So now we're just gonna wind down for the evening. We're gonna be leaving tomorrow. I believe our checkout time is like before 10, so we're gonna take off tomorrow, get some final photos, some final, memories of this little trip, and then we're heading back home to civilization. And overall, I think I had a nice time. There were some, little hiccups, as there can be when you're traveling anywhere. But overall, I think it was nice. I got exactly what I wanted, which was to kind of drive around some mountainous roads, which I got the chance to. And I also got to see some snow, because there were some snow in some of the areas that we went to today. But now I'm gonna change, take off my makeup for the day, and I'm gonna cuddle with my book that I'm reading currently. It's called The Devil She Knows. It's supposed to be like a little lesbian romance. It's supposed to be quite good. I already started reading it, as you guys can probably tell. So that's what I'll be reading tonight before I go to bed. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Hey guys, I never filmed an actual outro. I was in such a hurry to leave the hotel that I didn't even bother to film myself leaving or anything like that. So it's actually been a few weeks. Not gonna lie, it's been a couple of weeks since I went up at the mountain. Hence why I look a little bit different. Because I feel like I looked a lot more crusty, a lot more dry. And now I look more refreshed. But anyway, that's beside the point. I did want to tell you guys that I feel so much better, because before I went up at the mountain, I felt very tense, very stressed, very just not great. I felt very heavy. But being up there, being around the fresh air and just hearing the birds, I don't know, it healed something in my soul. Granted, I discovered I'm not an outdoorsy person, but it definitely healed something in me. So I recommend y'all to go out into nature and just go see some trees, go be around some fresh air, just kind of disconnect from the city and the internet for a little while. I honestly think it is a net positive, because I definitely feel so much better than before I left. And I feel just happier in general. I don't feel as angry, and I can definitely feel the change in my body over the past few weeks, because it's been about 2-ish weeks, 3-ish weeks since I went up there, and I definitely feel so much better. So if you're ever in the area, go visit the Spring Mountains, go visit Mount Charleston. It's gorgeous at different times of the year. You don't necessarily have to visit it when it's winter, but I definitely suggest that you do. I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. It was a little bit disconnected. I haven't done a video in a hot minute, so I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. But with that out of the way, take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!